Welcome to New Possibilities. I speak truth to power without fear. So over the past couple of days, I have read a couple of articles about a horrible situation in Mississippi, in Madison County. You have a situation where black cities within that county are under siege. And this is no exaggeration, like according to the allegations in a complaint recently filed by the ACLU. The county sheriff has basically set up all kinds of checkpoints in black communities, checkpoints in parking lots outside of African-American housing complex, checkpoints outside of churches and black businesses, checkpoints all around many of the black cities in Madison County, Mississippi. So people are subjected to searches. They are stopped by the police and harassed by the police at these various checkpoints. And they're basically under siege. They're living like they are in a police state. And according to this article and these couple of articles that I've read, the police are not only setting up all these ridiculous and unnecessary checkpoints, they are actually going onto people's property without warrants, searching people. For example, I read a story about how the police went onto an elderly lady's property, went onto her yard. She was having a barbecue with her friends and family, celebrating. And the police actually walked onto this woman's yard, began to search people without a warrant, search people's pockets. The police found nothing. And then also there was an example that's cited in this complaint of the police actually going into someone's house without a warrant at night, demanding that these people provide a statement for the police so that they can incriminate some other people. And these police searched the house and they threatened this particular person. They threatened them if they wouldn't provide a statement that they would be jailed and all that kind of stuff. It even got physical. You know, according to the articles that I read, the police allegedly choked this person, beat this person, and just violated this person. So the situation is so bad. There are so many checkpoints in these black communities within Madison County that people are actually afraid to leave home. So, you know, the ACLU has filed this civil rights lawsuit, and, you know, I support that. I hope that it is successful because these kind of practices don't belong in the 21st century. I mean, in Madison County, apparently Jim Crow is alive and well because that community is segregated. You know, black communities are isolated and segregated. And these policing practices that I just talked about, they don't occur in these white communities. They don't have all these checkpoints in white communities. They are not unreasonably searching white homes without warrants and all that kind of stuff to the same degree that they're doing black homes. And then also, I mean, when you look at the arrest statistics, according to this article in The Guardian, African Americans make up like 34% of the people in the county. But yet the police arrest, like, you know, African Americans make up like 78% of those people arrested by the police. I mean, this is crazy. I mean, that you would have a situation like this where you have segregated communities that are targeted and occupied by these police, much like how U.S. troops are occupying Iraq. You know, well, they used to occupy Iraq or Afghanistan or any other foreign country. That's what it's like. I mean, and it's a shame that this problem continues today. I mean, this is something that the Black Panthers talked about in the 60s, about how the police are like occupying armies in some communities. And that's what they are in this community, according to these allegations. So this is something that's very serious, and I'm going to continue to follow this situation. And it just makes me wonder about, like, I'm wondering about how active the community is in terms of, you know, not only political activism, like, you know, street activism and all that kind of stuff. I'm wondering, like, how many people are actually registered to vote in these communities. And are they voting out these politicians that implement these policies? I'm sure in many places, sheriffs are elected. So I'm wondering, like, how many people are registered to vote in those communities. I wonder, like, if they are actively voting in those communities to make a difference. Because I'm just wondering, like, what kind of black politician would allow this type of violation of human and civil rights to occur in their communities without taking any kind of action? And this makes me wonder, where is the Department of Justice? What do they have to say about this blatant and obvious example of racial profiling and racism? What do they have to say about it? You know, I wouldn't be surprised if they didn't have anything to say about it, because the head of the Justice Department is another man from the South, a Southern racist who couldn't care less about black people, who wants to see, more law and order. So I'm sure that this is something that he may have approved or he may approve of. That has been like Donald Trump's campaign slogan. He's talked about law and order, the need for law and order. So I wouldn't be surprised that the Justice Department not only does nothing, but actually condones this kind of outrageous conduct. So tell me what y'all think. Please rate, comment, and subscribe. Peace.